to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice brought untold sorrow to mankind. The United Nations Charter was passed in 1945 and the Bretton Woods Conference set up a new system of integrated world banking, finance and trade. Also, the Council of Europe, formed by the Treaty of London 1949, adopted a European Convention on Human Rights, overseen by a new transnational court in Strasbourg in 1950. Already in 1946, Winston Churchill, who had been recently defeated as United Kingdom Prime Minister in 1945, had called for a United States of Europe, though this did not mean the United Kingdom would sever its ties to the Commonwealth. In 1950, the French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman proposed that beginning with integration of French and German coal and steel production, there should be an organization open to the participation of the other countries of Europe, where solidarity in production would make war not merely unthinkable but materially impossible. The Treaty of Paris 1951 created the first European coal and steel community, signed by France, West Germany, Belgium and Netherlands, Luxembourg and Italy, with Jean Monnet as its president. Its theory was simply that war would be impossibly costly if ownership and production of every country's economy was mixed together. It established an assembly, now European Parliament, to represent the people, a council of ministers for the member state, a commission and the executive, and a court of justice to interpret the law. In the West, the decision was made through Treaty of Rome 1957 to launch the first European Economic Community. It shared the assembly and court with the coal and steel community, but set up parallel bodies for the council and commission. Based on the Spark report in 1956, it sought to break down all barriers to trade in a common market for goods, services, labor and capital, and prevent distortion of competition and regulate areas of common interest like agriculture, energy and transport. A separate treaty was signed for European Atomic Energy Community to manage nuclear production. In 1961, the United Kingdom, Denmark, Ireland and Norway applied for membership, only to veto it in 1963 by Francis Charles de Gaulle. Spain also applied and was rejected as it was still led by Franco dictatorship. The same year, the Court of Justice proclaimed that the community constituted a new legal order of international law. The Luxembourg Compromise in 1966 agreed that France or other countries could veto issues of very important national interest, particularly relating to the common agricultural policy, instead of making decisions by qualified majority. But after the May 1968 events in France and de Gaulle's resignation, the way was free for United Kingdom, Ireland and Denmark to join in 1973. Norway had rejected joining in 1972 referendum, while the United Kingdom confirmed its membership in 1975 referendum. Aside from the European Economic Community itself, the European continent underwent a profound transition towards democracy. The dictatorship of Greece and Portugal were deposed in 1974. Spain's dictator did in 1975, enabling the accession in 1981 and 1986. In 1979, the European Parliament had its elections, reflecting a growing consensus that this organization should be less a union of member states and more a union of peoples. The Single European Act 1986 increased the number of treaty issues with qualified majority voting would be used to legislate as the way to accelerate trade integration. The Schengen Agreement of 1985, not initially signed by Italy, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Denmark or Greece, allowed movement of people without any borders checks. Meanwhile, in 1987, the Soviet Union's Mikhail Gorbachev announced policies of transparency and restructuring. This revealed the depths of corruption and waste. In April 1989, the People's Republic of Poland legislated the Solidarity Organization, which captured 99% of available parliamentary seats in June elections. These elections, in which anti-communist candidates won a striking victory, inaugurated a series of peaceful anti-communist revolutions in Central and Eastern Europe that eventually culminated in the fall of communism.